It's been 10 years since I started writing the first album. I think I've grown up a lot. I think I've learned what I'm good and what I'm not good at. Definitely, it's almost the extremes. I've learned more of the business side and how to infiltrate that more into my life, but also how to be more free within music. So I feel like those things together have really, really helped bring this album to life. I think it's the best of what I can give out of the 3 albums for me, you know? He brought songs that push the boundary. A lot of people are scared of high songs that are chest belt because people can't sing along on the radio.
Do you think artists are scared of singing them as well?
Yeah, because it's one thing recording a song and it's something else singing it live. But no, I think that Max came in at the right time, kind of when the album was about to be wrapped, and was like, I have this song, Bang Bang, do you want it? And I wrapped it up and put it in tissue and potpourri and... Yeah. We recorded 20 songs and I've used 16. That's how there was no space for mistakes. Every song that we recorded had to be lyrically, melodically, intriguing, interesting, right for my voice, right for my fan base. Whether I wrote it, whether I didn't, whether I started from scratch, whether there was a verse and I finished the choruses, whether it was a co-write. Everything was like, I was so focused. I always start with titles. I'm somebody that grew up with a therapist as a father who would go, it says more about them than you, nobody's perfect. It's not about the money, be yourself, be who you are. Like, he'd always put things into little like slogans, like almost that would make me understand life a bit more. And that's what I've put into my music. So I always start with a title like Strip or Burnin Up or Your Lost I'm Found. You know, like I always find things that I feel like a good core thing and then I do the detail. With this album, there was a lot of stuff I didn't write. And that was really new for me and I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed bringing my voice to something. Like John Newman wrote Fire. And when I heard it, I was like, I need to sing this.
Quite hands-on with mixes. Do you get to them and listen to them in your
house? If you know me, I am like,
super.
I am in my headphones and I'm like, can we play this mix? Can I listen to this? Play me this mix, send me this mix. Change this, add this is pitchy, this needs more echo, change this, make this louder, take this down, the drums, the 808, da-da-da-da. I'm really involved. I'm very heavily involved.
That's good. More
so now than ever before because I feel like I've got the right to be a little bit more powerful in what I have a say in. I know what I want, you know? And I know what I want my music to sound like.
Rapid fire start.
Yeah.
Quite competitive.
I'm gonna do it like a damn done, I'm gonna do it like a damn done.
Explain the track for the fans that haven't heard it.
Ain't been done. My ultimate goal is to do things that haven't been done. I think that the music industry is so much of everybody regurgitating the same thing in their own way. We talk about love and romance and sex and life and career and up and downs and, you know, and everyone's doing it in their own way, in their own clothes, with their own voice, own tone. And I just want to try and do something, especially for the UK. I want to sing it like it ain't been done. I want to do it like it ain't been done around the world and really, really, really own that. And that song is what makes me feel like that.
When you finished the song, did you know it was going to be the opening to the album, or did you see the
album later? No, it was one of the first few songs that we recorded though. I actually wanted to open with something slow, but when we heard it back, it's just like, I'm gonna do it like it ain't been done, I'm gonna do it like it ain't been done. Bam, bam, bam. It's just the right feeling. I wanted to set the atmosphere for the album. Like I'm back and I'm ready.
So you're very hands-on in the process of sequencing the tracks for the album?
I do it all, yeah. When I first started recording it, I was so angry. I posted loads of Instagram videos and I couldn't put any of the music in, but I know what videos were that song, because I was like, I was getting so frustrated because I don't like to not be able to do something when it comes to singing. And it was so high and I was like, who demoed this? Like, who wrote this? Like, and I remember just singing it and I was like, we need to take it down. And I was like, no. And I just relaxed. And when I'm nervous, I sing better. So I just tried to imagine like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Aretha Franklin, you know, all the people that I would be nervous around to sing in front of, to be there. That helps.
Where were you when you heard 2 Chainz was going to be on the record? And where were you when you heard his verse as well?
I was in the studio in Metropolis in wherever that is. Where is it? Chiswick.
Yeah, Chiswick, yeah.
Yeah, Chiswick. In Studio C, which is where I pretty much recorded most of the album. And I remember we got one version and he redid it. So the first version The first version had a lyric, do you remember? I got a chain down to my ding-a-ling, which I was really sad didn't make the final cut. But I wanted him to be him. And then the second verse, like, again, I heard in the studio. Burnin Up is the highest song I've ever recorded in Chest Belt. And every time I sing it, I'm like, really, Jess? You really did that? Okay. But Bang Bang, thankfully, has 2 other people on it that are amazing, so they can take some of the weight. I think so many of us in the world are so scared to... I see this on Instagram all the time when people, they post quotes as if everyone else is doing something wrong and they live a perfect life. When you post a quote, you're posting it as if you're subconsciously telling somebody that they're not a good enough friend, or they collect stones and not diamonds, and da-da-da-da-da. And I posted recently and just said that, and I was like, this post is for myself, because sometimes I forget that I'm not perfect and I have to work on things, and that's what this song is. I talk too much. I like to trust people, and I've had to learn that, because when I wasn't famous, that was fine. But now I'm famous, I had to adapt, and that's what the song means to me. It's very honest, it's very open. I can act crazy when I'm in love, especially with my lifestyle and how extreme and intense it is, that you can't always have what you want at the time when you need it. And I think that the song is that thing that I think so many people can relate to. For me personally, the chorus, I don't even need a shot glass. I don't drink. I don't even need to be drunk as my excuse to tell some random person that I like the look of, because I want to open up. I'm my dad's child. My dad is the same. And I wanted to sing about it. And when I heard the song, and I tweaked the lyrics, and the writers flew over and recorded it with me, which was nice. It was the only song that I recorded with the writers. I really sang it soft, and I remember being this close to the mic. I was like, no, I'm not alive. And I was tearing up. Yeah.
It seems to shed a bit of light on the negative energy that you come into contact with quite a lot. When you were recording this track, how much did you take into account your experiences and everything getting to this point you are now?
People won't know what I went through between the second and third album, of the fear that was implemented in me. Even though I knew I was talented, I have to be confident in what I do. And that song was one of the first songs that I recorded for the album, and I was actually going to call the album Masterpiece, and I just thought, no, it doesn't make sense. If people hear it on its own, it just sounds like I'm being an absolute arsehole. But for me, I've never made it. I've never finished my painting until the day that my eyes close and I don't wake up. I feel like I'm still putting towards my masterpiece, and I want to work hard, and I'm okay to say, hey, I've messed up. I do things, I say things, I wear things, I date people I shouldn't. But I'm human, and we're all building on something that we hope can leave a standing of the test of time. And I think that's what that song means to me, and I really, really put it towards all the people that have gone, you can't do this, or lied about me and said I'm difficult, or this and that, and called me a diva, and when I'm not, I'm passionate. No, there's a very, very... when people can't deal with how passionate you are, they attack you, and that's the same within anyone. And that song really dug deep with me. After the second album, I could have just gone into my shell and just gone, and I was like, right, let me reflect. And I had a real self-reflection. Who have I become? Am I nice all the time? Have I allowed myself to become, for very split-second moments, someone that I don't actually like? Am I, and all those things. Am I singing good enough? Am I working hard enough? Am I doing enough? So many people pass the blame, in every single job, and I really, really self-reflected and went, what have I got missing? What have I lost? What have I gained? What's changed? I wanted the world to get to know me again and not be the edited version I am in the press. And I really was upset that people thought I was something that I wasn't at a certain moment in time. So the album really forced me to open up, and I hope people are, seeing me for me. The unexpected, the mystery, it's not the obvious song, and it was, I just love the name Sweet Talker. It's I want to sweet talk to the world. I want them to sweet talk to me. you know.
I feel like that's what your music can do for people as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, oh, you better click subscribe here to see more videos from R&R.